是很长的电影，放映了3年，我票都还留着，冰上的芭蕾，脑海中还在旋转，望着你，慢慢忘记你。朦胧的世界，我们溜了多远？冰刀划的圈，沉浸了谁改变？如果再重来，会不会稍显狼狈？爱是不是不开口才珍贵？再给我2分钟，让我把记忆结成冰，别融化了眼泪，你妆都花了，要我怎么记得？记得你就忘了吧，记得你就忘了吧。你说你会哭，不是因为在乎。冷的世界，我们溜了多远？冰刀划的圈，沉浸了谁改变？如果再重来，会不会稍显狼狈？爱是不是不开口才珍贵？再给我2分钟，让我把记忆结成冰，别融化了眼泪，你妆都花了，要我怎么记得？记得你就忘了吧，记得你就忘了吧。你说你会哭，不是因为在乎。再给我2分钟，让我把记忆结成冰，别融化了眼泪，你妆都花了，要我怎么记得？记得你就忘了吧，记得你就忘了吧。你说你会哭，不是因为在乎。谢谢大家。
好的，各位梦想家人们，晚上好！感谢 UP 直播主殷勤带来热情的表演。All right， 各位现场的朋友，让我听到你们的声音，写给我们 ，Let's go！ 欢迎
梦想家主场。
欢迎壮壮，欢迎我们的女孩们，Formosa Sexy 以及优妮兽，还有 Richard 以及 DJ 阿吉，跟各位一起来迎接今天的比赛。今天对上的是领航员，希望大家持续发挥出你们最可以的加油声。回到了我们最熟悉的主场，本周连2天的赛程，大家在下班下课之后一同齐聚球场，为我们球队梦想家来应援。也感谢各位梦想家人们在低潮的时候，仍不断的给我们球队来加油，最可以的加油声。相信可以的力量，相信大家每一场球，我们可以一起来为梦想家加油。来累积气势能量的时候，不减大家的热情，大声的我们喊梦想家，你们喊加油，让我们听到你们的声音，灌输给我们所有的球员朋友。来，准备喽！梦想家，
加油！
梦想家， 梦想家。耶！谢谢大家，持续 keep 住这样的能量，待会迎接这一场比赛。谢谢壮壮，谢谢女孩，谢谢佑尼兽以及 Richard， 待会来跟我们一起来应援。好，福尔摩沙台新梦想家，感谢各位球迷朋友热烈支持，也要感谢一直以来大力支持台湾篮球、支持梦想家的合作伙伴。先来介绍跟我们这一次主题周相当有关的重要的贵宾，也来起立跟我们挥挥手。首先把掌声送给 UP 直播市场部的总监刘成豪总监，谢谢您，感谢您来跟我们一起应援。谢谢以上的指导单位：教育部体育署、台中市政府、台中运动局、彰化县政府、中华民国篮球协会，谢谢大力支持台新梦想家的赞助伙伴，花一点时间，容我们来介绍一下。感谢最挺篮球的好伙伴：台新银行、台新人寿、台新证券、海硕集团，值得您信赖的国际海空运物流公司；台旭近60年的肉品专家；联居建设，好还要更好，联居建设。那么 Chip 亚太区最大潮流交易平台心享科技，以 V6 电动车充电服务，补电超轻松。Call of Duty Warzone 2.0决胜时刻，现代战役2.0 UP 直播全世界，让全世界看见你的美。金发家祖传绿豆沙 ，TT 烟征服法国的台湾面膜，麦黛玛莲穿的保养品，享受自信的内在美学。朝日堂鸳鸯与烧肉的锅煮天堂，风格美学诊所 Converse 100年美国经典品牌，秀传医疗体系引领国际医疗专业，逢阿寡一样，少一点想样，多一样美好。最后谢谢台北福华大饭店，真诚福华兴，服务最用心，再一次掌声送给他们，作为梦想家最强力的后盾，感谢你们，持续把目光留在场中，欢迎全联盟最佳啦啦队 Formosa Sexy 带来精彩的开场表演。Let's go, girl! Yeah! 耶！掌声送给 Formosa Sexy 精彩的开场表演。欢迎桃园璞园领航员球员进场。0号陈玉瑞，1号丁恩迪 6号关达佑 ，Number 13 13号 Sami Sakakini， 15号陈冠全，21号陈立焕，27号张振阳，30号白耀成，先发 Starting Five，Number 4 4号 Jeff 艾尔斯，22号黄宏汉，25号林正，28号施晋尧，69号卢俊祥，领航员总教练 Head Coach Armidas， 助理教练Assistant Coach P.LEAGUE， 助理教练及球员发展总监杨一峰，助理教练洪启峰，总经理陈信安。福尔摩沙台新梦想家秉持铁血的斗志，打造强悍的战场。梦想家人们，我们汇聚能量，携手一同并肩作战。我们不怕，持续再战，可以吗 ？Come on， Let's welcome Formosa Taishin Dreamer。相信胜利属于场上最强悍的我们，相信身旁的战友，相信在座的每一位家人，各位梦想家人们，最卖力的尖叫声，最热情的力量 ，Here we go, Dreamer！ Number 0号梦想家的百人霸图陈正熙。7号伴手人，体能劲爆的活动蓝班李耀松。8号绿色闪电，来自彰化的光速四分卫王正仁。11 11号本土单场最高分纪录保持者标速跑车吕欣琪。18号梦想后场的强力大手，防守悍将杨胜业。台湾魔兽 26 26号梦想家最后一道防线李登伟。Number 13 30号三分代名词出手就准备命中吴松伟。88号禁区铁壁梦想湖人周国成。And now starting five， 先发。Number 3 3号梦想推进器后场的指挥官吴家俊。全能射手 Number 28 28号梦想家后场的魔术师卢冠良。 的地锋34号火锅制造机，来自威斯康星的地图防守兵器 他们14号国民姐夫，全场压迫专家，28公尺大叔吴永胜。他们的地方35号来自土耳其的全能前锋，土制炸弹 现场的球迷朋友，我们一起来为土耳其加油 ！Let's go， 兄弟们！本场比赛即将开始。中国上台式梦想家总教练麦柏林，助理教练 Assistant Coach Thomas， 助理教练陈思念、刘文恒，球员发展总监田磊，总经理俊凯，双方球员进行最后的热身时间。
耶！现场的家人朋友，欢迎来到台中梦想家的主场。先让我听到大家热情折叠赛的声音，叫起来！很好，很好。今天呢，也欢迎大家各位家人来到了梦想家主场。来到主场的每一位家人。
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, seniors and youth. Welcome to the first game of Week 16 here in the Plus League. It's a weeknight here in Taiwan with a makeup workday tomorrow. We kick things off on Pride Time Friday night where the Dreamers Party Up is the theme. A matchup between the Pauian Pilots there on screen against the home Formosa Taishin Dreamers, of course. A classic matchup here in our Plus League from the inaugural season. Of course, the teams find themselves different ends of the spectrum. The Pilots currently sitting at 14-5, tied with the Kings for first place win percentage-wise. The Kings own the head-to-head, and the Dreamers are in 5th place at 7-13 with a matchup against the Steelers coming up tomorrow night. And of course, with an English broadcast, of course, to get a second look at Jeremy Lin. The Dreamers also in support of one of their import players, Hikmet Karaman, will be also having a promotional event to support Turkey, his home country and country of origins. On the Mandarin broadcast, there you see on screen, the left side is Xiaohu Hu Jingqi, and on the right is Cai Bao Cai Jingjing. 球迷朋友们，你找到了 Plus 的英文转播，要看，然后要收听小胡跟菜包的讲评，当然就按到官方的中文连结。 Tonight ends a 3-game road trip for the Dreamers. They won in Kaohsiung 106-101 on a Friday, then turned it around real quick and lost to the Braves in Taipei 90-75. Now last week only with 1 game on the road was the debut of Jeremy Lin, and the Steelers pulled away in the end at 95-80. Pre-game we got to catch up with Aji Lin Junji, the star local guard for the Dreamers, coming off the bench once again in a familiar role. One big topic is the pick and roll these days between him and Gilbeck, both on the offensive end and defensive end.
因为那一场比赛就很明显的，在做挡拆的时候，对方有就是针对我跟大 B 的挡拆，然后有去就是针对防守，然后 在这结束，然后我有去跟教练讨论，然后就是看影片，然后修正这样，然后就是希望这场比赛可以做出更好的判断，然后让自己进攻更有企图心。因为那时候新闻出来的时候，就是我们大家也有问他，就还有他的家人不是在那个就是最严重的那个地方，但是他的朋友他们都有受影响。然后因为我们都有看到他的 IG 就可能有关起，就是变黑屏这样。然后就是他有说他的心情有受影响，然后希望我们这两场比赛就是这个捐款可以帮助到他，这样帮助他的国家。
Aji sharing that the pick and roll between him and Brendan Gilbeck was the main defensive emphasis for the Steelers. And they've studied that play on film and see what kind of magic they can pull off on this homestand. The second point was for their teammate, Öklen Karaman, a native from Istanbul, Turkey, and said that his family, immediate family, might be all right, but they have had friends who were affected, and happy for himself and the team to pitch in with donations and some relief efforts with matching the game score. And that number times 1,000. And on the other side, Su Jingyao was the player we spoke to pregame. He had a very important steal, but missed the game-tying runner against the Braves in their 2-point loss on Saturday. Su Jingyao, as the team captain, with some words of wisdom for the
目前手是没什么大碍啊，就可能当下撑一下就还好，回去冰敷还好。现在是比较脚踝比较有一点微微的刺痛，就可能教练今天也会让我上场，应该不会那么多时间啊，因为我也会自己判断我的脚踝怎么样，我会去适时的跟教练沟通，不要让我就是硬撑着去打比赛，因为毕竟我们今天打完才一半而已，因为还有20场，所以说不用太急的。阿吉就是他们的对上是得分嘛，本土嘛，再来就是他们的那个基尔贝克嘛，他就是因为挡拆，然后可以制造阿吉或他自己本身的机会，然后我们就会可能在这2个方面就多讲话啦，就是教练跟我们讲说多讲话，因为毕竟有时候突然挡你也没办法去适应回应，说我的队友跟我讲，因为有时候都很突然。所以说，我们就会在球场上那互相沟通，会比较实际一点。
Su Jingyao sharing that his hand and wrist is all right. It's the ankle that's still a little tender, which held him out of action on Sunday night. But he won't play a ton tonight, as if they're only halfway through the season, and it's up to himself, but also with the Pilots coaching staff and medical team to figure out his workload. And of course, he was asked about the pick and roll between Aji and Gilbeck. And that's a combo he said that they need to communicate clearly on and not to defend with different strategies. Aji is one of those shooters in the Plus League, which you definitely need to be fearful for his outside shot. So in the Plus League, traditionally, underneath coverage on screens or all screens is the norm. Might not be able to do that so often against number 11 Aji, one of the more lethal shooters in the league, though it hasn't shown up so much this season. And of course, the second point was in addressing the loss. The Braves are 2-time champs, he said, and they took advantage of the Pilots' turnovers and mistakes. Sir Dominic Pointer and Doug Creighton not active for today's game. Pointer played in the game against the Steelers, and Douglas will be out for a little while still, nursing some injuries, along with, they're also on screen, is Kenny Chen. Defensively, the Dreamers are actually the most consistent team in the Plus League when it comes to home and away splits. At home, only give up 92.7 points versus 92.3. That's actually the closest in the league. So Homing will be the crew chief for tonight's officiating staff. In fact, all 3 gentlemen have been crew chiefs in the Plus League the 3 seasons. onto the starting five for the pilots left to right. It's Si Jinyao, Justin Wu Junxiang, Huang Honghan, Ken Lingzhen, along with Jeff Ayers. And on the Dreamers side, it's Hayden Wu Jiajun, Jeff Wu Yongsen, Ryan Lu Guanliang, and Ekman Karaman, and Brendan Gilbeck. This is the first time Hayden, Jeff, and Ryan are listed as starters together. And it's the 10th start of the season for Jeffrey Ayers of the Pilots. The team is a combined 7-2 in those starts. Dreamers still waiting for some of their horses to get back in the rotation. Hopefully boost them as they currently are sitting outside of the playoff position. Hilton Hall, the Up Live market director, presumably that includes us here in Taiwan, threw up the ceremonial opening tip. Pilots in their TYP blue and orange jersey, and Dreamers in whites. The home team will get started on offense. Jeff Wu, maybe in a little bit more comfortable shooting guard spot, gets the screen from Gilbeck, and the shot is up and in. It's been pointed out that his shooting splits have not been all that strong this season, but Jeff Wu is still one of the better perimeter defenders in the Plus League right now, tasked with guarding Justin. There he is, getting the first touch, probing the baseline, getting that one easily swatted away by Gilbeck. Karaman on only his second game with the Dreamers. Ball dances off the rim. Ball bouncing around, and it's another good stop for the Dreamers, but Pauian finally bringing the ball over the timeline. Nice deep passes. Gilbeck with the facial. And a quick 5-0 run for the Dreamers. Out from the jump circle, calling out a play. Justin, physical, gets the shot up. Doesn't find the basket, and now the Dreamers coming back. A three on the way, but short. Now on the down screen, and the ball poked away. Little 2-on-1, back to Pauian. He blows the left-handed dunk. Now doubled in the corner, kind of bailed out there by a foul. The strong start continues for the Dreamers. Little back pass and maybe just a few inches a little too far with the takeoff. But the Dreamers keeping possession. Our first foul in the game as Jeff Wu tries from deep. Will try the right hook. An offensive rebound, best 3 look in the game. It's another miss for Justin. Now he's got Gilbeck switched on him. Pass tipped away. And the Pilots have come away empty in all their possessions so far. Ryan crossing over left, crossing over right. The turnaround, no. Now taking up to the middle. Switching off to Huang Han. Lin Zhen, the shot fake, gets it on target, and the ball bounces in for the first score of the Pilots. So they had to really work to get it. Dreamers holding the Pilots to a 1-for-6 shooting start. Jeff given space, now dumps down to Gilbeck. The defense comes around and Kahneman lets it fly. Another miss. Jeff Wu picks up his teammate, buries the jumper. Trying to shake off maybe not such a great offensive start to Jeff Wu's Plus League career. Well, if you can account last year's and extended, they commit a foul on the defensive end. But previously, the defense sagged off him so much. Sometimes that's all this sport boils down to, hitting those open shots. Ball bouncing around. Aya will try from the corner, and it's good. Su Jingyao bringing his team within 2. Hayden will pull up from 3, short with it, and Gilbeck, the long rebound. Getting right back, they get hands on the ball, and it's called a foul, albeit a little delayed. So a 2-man game there, and number 4, Jeff Ayers, caught reaching in there. He's going to be playing drop coverage every single time on the Pilot side. That's their strategy to protect the paint. Gilbeck takes the first free throw. 17 points a game for Gilbeck. Second season around in the Plus League and second season with the Dreamers. Closing the space on Ayers on the outside. That was Justin who will fire away from 3, 2 bounces and out. They say Ricochet will be just an out of bounds. Allhan went to the hardwood, but he's up again. That fight for the offensive rebound is going to be important for both teams as the shooting splits have not been as high as it can be here in the Plus League. And if you're looking at in that department, the team that gets the most offensive rebounds is the Kings at 16.9, followed by the Pilots at 16 per game. Guan Liang will pull up from the elbow. Yes. So a couple of buckets for the local guards on the Dreamers. Tip pass and another turnover. Kahneman going to the basket as they call a foul on the alley attempt. It sounds like we have a technical foul that's also happened. Have to get another look at that one as kind of odd to see Gilbeck falling in his rear end on an alley attempt. Well, we have several free throws coming up for the Dreamers after this timeout. The first break in the action here in game 63. fast break back in the game. It's a reminder to leave a like on all Plus League streams.
掌声鼓励一下，谢谢。
Special guest with the Formosa Sexy cheerleaders. Take another look. This is Ken getting underneath Gilbeck, and I think the pilots would argue that Gilbeck's also getting a lot of hand involved in the play, but not letting the offensive player get some space is also a very dangerous play, which should be rightfully called. Caminos is referring to something else that was happening in the game. Vincent will head to the bench, and in his place, Sunny Sakikini there on screen. That's one advantage of the game so far in the early goings. 5 free throws before the pilots have taken any. 6 minutes, 46 seconds in the first quarter, and already Caminos bringing in both his imports. Well, that's a 3-point trip for the Dreamers as Jeffrey Ayers, rewarded for his hustle, will score. Assist to Lu Jingxiang. Hayden, kick pass to Guan Liang, gets into the close range, and Gilbeck misses the close putback and foul from behind. Well, the Pilots can get credit for crashing down on defense, but they don't play defense cleanly, the refs say. Kind of hard to argue for Sunny's behalf on that play. So even more free throws for the Dreamers. Gilbeck now 4 for 5 on the game, as coming into tonight, 64% from the line. Ayal swinging around. Ayers finds himself a little opening, but kicks it to Sunny. Play pretty good as Jeffrey Ayers off-ball movement lays it in with the left hand. Pilots still with their man defense. Jeff Wu pass almost intercepted, but the opening's on the other side. Hayden, no. Wu Catching has so far been the only local to go over as he now takes the contact and puts it off glass. In the last game sat out, and in his place Guan Dayo, number 6, got the start. Jeff tries to go again, and he's got the hot hand. Another bucket for number 14. Ayo will try to answer. He does. Makes it 8 points for Shi Jinyao. Sorely needed since the Dreamers are putting so much defense on the Pilots' best offensive player. Jeff Wu, this time with a lucky bounce. Keep trading baskets. Sunny kind of getting bailed out there by a foul. Getting it right to the chest of Kahneman. Previously, it's the handoff that, again, that underneath coverage is going to leave that dribbler an opportunity. Then the fancy behind the back move. Dreamers are going to size down a little bit, bringing in local big Jerry Zhouguochen. Aji and Jay Chen will come in too. On the hand, out of bounds. They call a holding foul on the rebound. Looks like they're gonna tighten things up a little bit. So 3 fouls for the Dreamers as a team. 4 for the Pilots as Zijingyao trying to go with the post up, but a little driving kick now. Big screen for Sunny, off back iron. Again, going to the basket. Gilbeck, good position, easy Mikan drill. His second bucket of the game, he's got 9 points. Out to Ayers on top of the arc. Watch out for the scramble, the rebound, won by the Pilots. Don't quite have the shooting touch from the outside. Aji now pushing the pace. Jay Chen lets it fly. Xiaobai's in the game. He tracks down the rebound. They double Sunny. They can afford to with the Pilots shooting so cold. There's a whistle as Jay Chen, who flew all the way to the LED board. Jeff Ayers, a little bit too physical. No, that's Aji, excuse me. Tried to jump out there, but that left thigh sent Aji flying. Although, to be fair, Aji has sent a defender flying. I believe it was in Xingzhuang where, as the ball handler, or he as the defender, excuse me, knocked somebody further away than expected. Pilots bring in Pong Pong and Calvin. Aji clinks the first free throw. The 9th free throw of the quarter coming up for the Dreamers. 6 of them taken by their center Gilbeck. There he makes the adjustment. Also something that Coach Eric for the Dreamers light bowling is kind of lengthened out the rotation as Yang Se-yin fresh in the game. He gets in on the defensive action and causes an unsportsmanlike by Zijingyao fouling in transition. Chance for the Dreamers to even increase on this lead. Now, if he reaches with his right hand, he might be able to get away without a foul. The ref deems this is on the body and not at all move toward the basketball. A costly penalty for the Pilots. Aji already gone to the line one time. Is a chance to see the ball go in a few more times without any defense. On the Dreamer side, they're only 2 for 9 shooting the 3 ball, but of course, going now 9 times at the free throw line. There's a big advantage over the Pilots. Gilbeck trying to take on 2, almost stuffs it in there. Scramble for the rebound. Zijingyao one man to beat. He does. It's Yang Se-yin. Didn't get back quite in time. Now a double team on Jay Chen. Like the Pilots were flirting with a little bit of a zone trap there, but Aji trying to play one-on-one against Xiaobai. Bayao Cook. And under the side is Jay Chen. 50-50 balls also won by the Dreamers a few times in this game. Continuity offense left to right. It's Sunny from the elbow. He gets the lucky bounce. It seems like things are kind of softening up a little bit with these rims here in Taichung. Deep shot missed by Chen. With 100 seconds left in the first quarter, Pauian is coming in for Gilbeck. As you see again, Sijingyao is really good with the opposite hand layups. And certainly there's been a lot of questions asked if he maybe could have took an extra dribble in that last shot against the Braves to make it easier on himself. Shot by Ethan out to Calvin. Not great spacing. As they call it off a pilot here right in front of us on the broadcast. Getting a look from the baseline, and it was close. And Chen rewarded with a stint to the bench. Now a 9-point lead for the Dreamers, who have Aji. Pauian, he's natural lefty, but misses the one-off bank. Nice move pass, and Tong missing the right hook there. Usually much better at shooting those from the left side, as hard screen set by Zobo to freeze up Yang Se-yin. First half of the season was completing his military commitment, military service here in Taiwan with the ROC Armed Forces. Deep pass as Sunny fouled from behind. Looks like he took a little bit of a blow to the back of the head, so he's given a little bit of time to gather himself, as that's the second personal foul for Ilkan Kalaman. There you see the hands not quite vertical when the contact was made. First trip to the line for the Pilots on the night. Odoe will come in support of the Dreamers front court. This kind of is a game of matter of pride, because last season, the Intercontinental Basketball Stadium, the home of the Dreamers, was the lowest scoring environment. But that crown is taken by the Pilots and Taoyuan Arena. Some say the most spacious and, shall we say, less attended. Although, of course, we can put a lot of those numbers on the games played behind closed doors in the first season. Offensive board for the Pilots. Going around, and this shot is missed, and a good catch by the referees, which sends Ethan to the floor. It looked like they were going for the basketball and just caught the Pilots there. And the Pilots, of course, making the argument that maybe they should be shooting free throws too, as Lu Guanliang didn't turn his palm around to go for the basketball. So Ethan with a little bit of a conversation with the crew chief for tonight's game. Two free throws coming up from the rookie out of Iso University, 5.4 points per game. And this is the first. And sinks the second. 10 seconds on the clock as Aji lost the handle on it. Gives it up. Pauian pressured. Double team comes. He forces it up. And a good defensive possession for the Pilots, who find themselves down by 7, which is, in all honesty, a pretty decent effort, despite the free throw disadvantage that they've been experiencing. But the rest of the game is coming up after these messages.
Yeah. 还有一个左边的朋友，让我看见你们的手，再大声一点。
3、2、
1，
哇！哎，不错，前排的朋友拿到了小礼物。
好，中间的朋友，
双手举起来。
中间的朋友不要输给左边的朋友，好不好
？3、2、1 ，OK， 又送给前面的朋友。
来 ，one more time。
3、2、1，
成功发射！再来，右边的朋友，右边的朋友，你们的声音呢？右边的朋友听不到你们的声音哦。哎，怎么到了中间的朋友那边？
可以可以，
没关系。
最后一个吗？
还有一个。
来，双手举起来，3、2、1，
漂亮！
恭喜，非常棒！我们待会继续哦，一起来帮我们的球员加油。
没错，我们中场见。
谢谢庄庄，谢谢 Danny。
秀明你的点到了，咱们全场被我点到了，别想阻止我会 get higher。OK， 秀明你的点到了，点到了。
One game tomorrow night on Saturdays in the Plus League. Yes, it's the Kaohsiung 17 Life Steelers visiting the Dreamers, and a working Saturday here in Taiwan, a makeup day for one day we got off somewhere in there. It's the Dreamers up 27-20 on a special Dreamers Party Up themed weekend. In the first quarter, both teams had a local score in double digits, as maybe somebody needs to go wake the boss up a little bit. He's sitting in one of the lower section boxes they have here in the Dreamers home. Brought over from Zhanghua, or maybe they store it here in Taichung and they bring it down to Zhanghua. But in any case, the home team is up, and so far in this season series, the Pilots defend the Dreamers the best at only allowing 81.3 points per game in 3 games this season. And while they have just a few more giveaways in the audience section, the referees have something to communicate with the Dreamers bench. So if it's on the players who are kind of on the outstretches of the bench seating there, they are a little bit short according to the Plus League bylaws. So that's why they kind of had them extended even further past the LED screens. That looks like we're just about ready to go. The Dreamers do sell the seats behind the benches. And to accommodate that, they've pushed the entire hardwood a little bit closer to the section right underneath their camera. Zhang Zhenya already came in the first quarter. Gives it up to Pong Pong, who misses wildly with the layup. All deflected around, and Sunny pick it up off the hardwood. The Pilots did commit 5 turnovers in the first quarter. Pass back to the trailing Sonny Sakakini in a beautiful 3. They get the switch. Now will try. Not great spacing, but Sonny will get fouled from behind by Kalaman. That's going to be his 3rd personal. Caught out of position and hurting the fouling there from behind. This is where the Dreamers, without Gilbeck or Pointer, don't forget his defensive contributions, don't have such a strong back line to kind of erase those mistakes they made. Ethan taking the bump foul by Achi, and just like that, that's 2 on the Dreamers. Well, maybe you can always say 1 is lucky, unlucky, but when you commit 2, then there's definitely something the referees are seeing with how aggressive you're playing defense. Calvin will try from deep 2. And going left. The referees call a foul on the slide. Gonna be number 15, Pong Pong. Got to keep reminding myself that he's changed his numbers, being number 30 for the last 2 seasons. So it's kind of funny to see a more veteran player yield to a younger player, or do you think he switched before Xiaobai had a chance? Go away, the handoff to Jeff, off balance with the runner, it goes down. Jeff Wu had 10 points in the first quarter, leading the Dreamers. He just added to that point total. Xu Jingyao had 10 points for the Pilots. Pong Pong looking for a teammate. Will actually switch sides. Sunny, handoff to Mayao. Ball with a high bounce, won by Hachi, the smallest player on the floor. The other way they go. 20 points in the last game, drains the 3. Quick takeaway and almost bad decision by Wu Guanliang. Taking himself in the air. Shooting spot. Trying out a neon orange and some turquoise blue sneakers. Down low to Sunny. Good 2-man game there. Looking through the basket. Aji with the fancy off-time layup. Scoring's picked up here in the second quarter. Calvin given a little space, overshoots his deep try. Lefty Kalaman driving left. Stopped, and the rebound won by the Pilots quickly down the floor. Maya beating one and getting to the rack. 2-point lay for the first overall pick. As the table will grant the Dreamers a timeout and a chance for both teams to make substitutions as the scoring, the pace is picked up. It's still a Dreamers 7-point lead with 8.5 minutes to go in the first half. We'll be back after this.
来，想要玩的朋友挥挥手让我看一下，这边准备好了。哎，很好，换这里的，双手举起来，让我看到你们。准备好哦。哎，好，待会中场休息时间呢，记得呢来到我们的场边，跟我们一起玩中场游戏，继续为梦想家加油。
The only doubleheader this week takes place on a Sunday. Kings at Lioneers at 2:30 and Pilots at Braves at 5 p.m. Back into the action. Zhang Zhenyang getting the layup, and presumably the Dreamers were queuing up a timeout. It was a kind of a awkward timing situation there, but they're going to bring in starting point guard Hayden, Gilbeck, Do Bo-Chen, and Jay Chen. The only player that will stay in is Jeff Wu. Meanwhile, the Pilots bring Ayers and Justin in. Moves to the left side. This time it's short as Gilbeck catches the board and stuffs it in. Trying to screen for Sonny. He's got deep positioning and they call an off-ball foul. And Dobosa trying to play physical, but trying to play handsy. You see Gilbeck going to work there, and with a nice touch there with all kinds of physicality going on. You see the hand on the back is what they called. Now with the speed spin move, will lay it in. Done that a few times. That's actually becoming his go-to. He did that against the Braves in their very first victory. Then he's jumping out of position and now leaving Jay Chen, who tries from deep. Yes! That's a jet. Odessa Christian. Dreamers get a block shot there. No call from the refs, but the Pilots recover on defense. Jay Chen will try from the mid-range this time. Little dodgeball won by Jeff Wu. Oh, no more goaltending challenges. You get another look yourself. But they would have an argument. Off the baseline. Jay Chen. Long touch. Dobosa with a sidestepper. He's seen that from three-point range, and that's the first time he's done it on an inside interior pass. Sonny on the block, he goes with speed. Dobosa played the good defense there. That's what defense is about, sliding your feet. I'll have a lengthy conversation, Caminos, with the near side official. Jeff Wu going to the basket, and he gets it in. Dreamers have done a decent job countering really quickly as Hayden takes the foul there with a short a man, and Gilbeck and Zhang Zinya just have a friendly conversation. But you see again, slow rotation as the Dreamers are just putting together their defense. And Jeff Wu off to the best start of his second season here in the Plus League. Looking for Ayao. He's got a much smaller Hayden on him. Clean strip. The lead is now 12 for the Dreamers. They're going to slow it up. Ball on the ground, picked up by Zhang Zinya. Quickly down the floor. They have numbers, but bad spacing. Now Sunny going right at Tokyo Chen. Missed the hook shot. Now Gilbeck with the Euro step. Showing that move off. That's new. Kind of firing up the home crowd here. It's Gilbeck's 13th point as Wu Guanliang called for holding. Same page defensively. Get another look. Faking right, stepping left, and of course when you're 7 feet and making those moves, you create so much separation. Free throw by Justin, not even close. Had a very poor shooting game against the Braves, but turned it around with a decent 8 for 19 against the Lioneers. 19 points. What can be considered a get-right game for him. And quite frankly, a get-right game for the Pilots, as they are 7-0 against the Lioneers this season. Guandayo's checked in the game. Digs down and now recovers. Out of Nasan High, defensive stalwart. Forcing a bad pass. Now Jay forces it up, and the glass is the friend. Thank you, Taishin Bank. The lead is now 15. Guandayo getting close range, hook pass to Ayers. Switching out, he'll try, and he's been cold from outside. A take foul for Guandayo, trying to be aggressive on the board. Another look, Jay Chen finding this space, and again, the Dreamers have done a really great job in the mid-range. Banking in those runners, banking in those mid-range shots. It'll be the Dreamers out of the baseline as the Pilots continue, and all teams presumably have a lot more to say. Aiden will get into long two range. One spot that has not had that much success scoring the basketball. In fact, no points on open three shooting. Amby tries from three. That might be the first one by D&D all season. The rookie center from Cincy University. Another try by Hayden. Ball ricocheting to Wu Guanliang. I don't know if that was intentional, but Jay Chen with another runner off glass. This time forcing the Pilots to take timeout as they've seen the deficit balloon to 17 points. As mentioned, the Dreamers are coming off 2 straight losses, so they would love to take advantage of a strong bit of play, or can you say lucky bit of play, as Chen with the unintentional assist? I certainly don't wish the score table would count that a missed shot. But the shooting percentage there on screen, Pilots held to 36%. Dreamers now 40% from the field. Don't forget, they still have a free throw advantage, though the Pilots have been closing in on that. They've already taken 6 free throws on the game, and the Dreamers will be in the bonus for the rest of 3:24. The cheerleaders trying to get the crowd involved, as usually it doesn't look like a sellout crowd, but not a big venue, so it can easily make a big difference from the cheering section. On the offensive end for the Pilots, they have turned it over 8 times, but they only have 11 of assists, which kind of indicative of how strong their Dreamers defense has been in cutting off the passing lane. Getting a look at Jeff Wu's offensive game. His season high was 17 points here at home against the Lioneers, but the last 3 games he's only had a total of 5 points. And that's in more than 70 minutes of play. So we probably have to ask the producers about the 0 assist, as Aji took a hard screen there by Amdi. Certainly a worrying sight. Dreamers trainer is out to check on their guard, as we see him run right into Amdi's chest there. We've had other illegal screens in the building. That is certainly not the left to right movement. If anything, the stepping forward could be considered. Part of the tricky thing about screens in transition is your teammates usually aren't also providing good awareness in the transitional defense. Thankfully, the look on his face says he's mentally very aware of the situation, but he's got the physical hurting for running into one of the better centers out of the collegiate ranks in the last few years. Well, he stepped out. Xian will try from deep. They call a foul. Guan Dayo couldn't quite keep his hands clean there. It's going to be the 3rd foul for the Pilots. And then a look at right hand, the referees not so happy with Guan Dayo beating the offensive player. Or Gilbeck now on the block. And he smartly anticipates the baseline and he finishes him over him anyways. Brandon Gilbeck going baseline on the left side is usually a rarity. He likes to spin around and turn around jump shot that side. Now Air is screening for Justin. He doesn't see the through pass, so it's Andy up close. Down jumps the passing lanes and will force the Dreamers to take it out of bounds. That Kalaman is not the most secure ball handler yet. Of course, is perhaps getting used to the basketball, getting used to the tempo, and maybe even the hard, but you see Gilbeck just staying patient with it. And usually if he's on that side, he'll go with a fadeaway instead of trying to go through the defensive player, legally, of course. The referees right now at the scorer's table to checking at the table, and now having some more administrative work for both teams to see non-registered personnel leave their benches. So the players and personnel will shuffle around a little bit more. Pauian backing down Pong Pong. Go with the left hand, no. Look out, fight for the rebound. They say it's just going to go out of bounds as Gilbeck and Andy were chasing after it to the corner. So far on the quarter, the Dreamers have 22, the Pilots only with 10 points. Led to this big deficit. Xiang all net with that three. Welcome sight for the Pilots as just a simple action will get the top score for the Pilots' first bucket. That one poked away, and the activeness from the Pilots. 2-on-1, laid in with the right hand. This is the kind of tempo that the Pilots like. Good feed as Gilbeck trying to find the room, but Guandayo digs down. They say he commits the foul. No, they say fouls on number 15, Pong Pong down there. You see the down screen. As previously, Wu Xiang was 0 for 5, and now a couple buckets in a row. Get another look at, they say Pong Pong reach from behind. No free throws yet, as they had a foul to give. Looking for Jay Chen, but Hayden drives the middle, swatted away by Andy, but a scramble. He's Pauian open, he clanks the three. Chance for the Pilots to run. Justin going with power, putting it on target, but a miss from close. Andy and Gilbeck fighting in the middle. So they swing it. Hayden, three on the way, perfect. Back to a 17-point lead for the Dreamers. Illegal screen by Andy there. I'm going to squeeze some room for Guandayo. 44 seconds to very crucial here. Looks like maybe Hayden played the smarts on Andy there. But you either stay still or you try to roll around and create an opening for yourself, but heading to the basket head first is not exactly what constitutes a legal screen. So a timeout now. As I mentioned, a very crucial stretch for either team to make a run here. Only conducting the Dreamers timeout. As so far on the game, 10 players have made it on the floor. The shortest stint is only Yang Se-yin's 2 minutes and 35 seconds in the first quarter. Meanwhile, on the Pilot side, they've had everyone in except Ray, one of their defensive specialists, as you see them testing out Aji's neck and spine. Certainly a lot could go wrong when you take that hit. Of course, catches it on the left side of his face. The fall could also have some additional hurt to it too. The Pilots are on the floor first as the Dreamers have Doway checking in. Well, just as equally as it's surprising to see a 2 import lineup, it's also a all-local lineup for the Pilots in that last stretch, and it will continue to be. Gobek also getting on the fun. He's got 15 on the game. Getting into space, floats it up, and another miss. To the corner, Jeff Wu overshoots it, and now they say Pilots basketball on the rebound. There's opportunities, but understandably he was an import for the Dreamers. He's kind of trying to find his footing out there on the floor. I think he was having mid-range. 4 seconds left. Hayden to Jeff. 1 second Kalaman to Hayden. They call it too late. There were some opportunities there, but in any case, the Dreamers taking a big lead into halftime as the teams will regroup. Week 16 of Plus League basketball is kicked off now. And we'll have the rest of this game after halftime.
有没有法大炸鸡的朋友？让我看到你们的手。
好的，谢谢。
是的。
好，又到了我们台新梦想家的中场游戏时间啦。
没错，今天要来玩什么呢？
今天的游戏叫做梦想 Party Up， 就是邀请大家跟我们一起 Party。
是的。
然后后面我们已经看到有4位刚刚幸运的球迷朋友已经在后面准备好了。好，那我们就请他们到场中间来。来，好的，那首先想要问一下大家有没有玩过 beer pong？ 没有，好，有的有玩过，有的没玩过，没关系，那我就简单解释一下今天的游戏规则，非常简单，就是等一下我们会站在优尼兽那边，然后每一位球迷朋友都会有6球的机会，你们只要将球投进桶子里就可以了，然后最高分的就获胜。万一有同分的话，我们就比点球，这样 OK 吗？
可以。
好，那我们就游戏位置，请就位，来，请我们球迷朋友。
来，第1位参赛者。
好，第1位。来，一个人有6球的机会哦。好，当你拿到的时候，准备好了吗？好 ，Go！
厉害，
马上1分。第2颗，好像有抓到诀窍哦。2分。
平常有在玩就是了，有练过。
好，看起来手能真巧哦。好，第3颗有点可惜。
修正一下，修正一下。
目前已经2分喽。哇，差一点，还有2颗，不急不徐，让它弹进，漂亮。目前已经3分了。3
分。
最后一个。
最后一颗。好，第1位参赛者得到3分。
没错，3分，那就换我们第2位球迷朋友。
准备好，我是女生朋友。
我觉得可以参照刚刚上一位球迷朋友的方式，
对，有点弹地再进到洞里面。
女生，我觉得我们可以前进一点点，好不好？
前进一点，前进一点，没事的。好，
准备好了吗 ？Ready, go！ 有了，差一点，差一点，差一点。
小力一点点，小力一点。
我觉得可以让弹的地方在前面一点点。有了。非常可惜，还有4颗可以修正的机会。
我们4颗全进哦。
4颗，哎，没关系，
一点点。
慢慢来，慢慢来。有了，有了，有了，1分。是不是还有1颗？第5颗，2分。
最后1颗，
是否可以扳平呢？
抓到诀窍。
3分。
很厉害。 看。
第二位球迷朋友一样是3分。好，那我们第3位球迷朋友。
A little game at halftime for some lucky participants. Well, we'll see how lucky they are at the end of it. But on the basketball side of things, it's Xiaohu, Hu Junqi, and Taibao Tai Jingjing on the Mandarin broadcast. I'm Ryan Chen, solo tonight for this matchup between the Pilots and the Dreamers. And based on the scoreboard, it's kind of been a one-way affair since the beginning of the game. 52-35, that top row, and the Dreamers have not shot the ball incredibly well. Only a 39% there on the second row. But the key for the game, if you're asking this broadcaster, they're doing a much better job of rebounding the basketball. And similarly, they've also been ahead of the turnover battle. They're on the bottom. Pilots 9 turnovers, the Dreamers with 4. Being very secure with the basketball. And coming into the game, one compliment we had for Jeff Wu is he does commit a very low number of turnovers on the season, despite maybe his shooting struggles, but that's not quite the case in this one. And the Pilots fell to 11 assists as well. They like to really be up to close to 30 on their games. Now the Dreamers' defense this season has, as I mentioned, been solid, shall we say, but has not been spectacular like it has been in the past. Last season, they kept opponents under 90 points in 18 games, where they were 13 wins and 5 losses. 11 of those games came at home in their 30-game season. This season, it's only 2 games out of 9 home games. They have a really good shot at doing it with holding the Pilots to 35 in the first half. Now, something else I noticed is that the Pilots defensively were able to defend without fouling and sending the Dreamers to the free throw line, as that was a huge difference in the first quarter. But in the second quarter, the Dreamers still scored 25 points. So certainly the physicality is an important part of the Pilots' defensive game plan. But of course, you got to foul in smart ways too. And of course, it always helps where the opponents are shooting the ball accurately, which forces your defense to do things you're really not wanting to do. Jeff Wu getting the start in this game, along with Wu Guanliang and Hayden Wu Jiaqing, will be the first time these 3 are in the starting lineup together, and it's the first time Dickman Kalaman is playing with Brennan Gilbeck. And while that's not paid dividends on the offensive end, that certainly has shored up their defensive side of things. The top scorers for the Pilots starts with Si Qingyao, who had 10 in the first quarter, but to only 12 points at this point. Sunny's got 8 on a lot of play down low. Lu Jingxiang started off cold, then a couple buckets. He's got 6. Jeffrey Ayers got the start. He's only got 4 points. And on the Dreamer side, Gilbeck has got 15 after Jeff Wu had 10 in his first quarter. Jay Chen with a couple nice fancy footwork, mid-range shots. Aji, we'll see if he can return, has 8 points. And starting point guard Hayden, Wu Jiaqing knocked down a 3-pointer in that second quarter, which has helped the Dreamers off to this big lead at half. Well, we'll be going to break. We have about 7, almost 8 minutes before the start of the second half.
没错，我们就直接由壮壮抽出我们的2位幸运得主啦。那今天获胜的可以得到我们 UP 直播提供的独家惊喜礼包。来，注意听喽。完了，字有点看不懂，但是最后一个字应该是“名”，有用吗？好，莫三码352，莫三码352的球迷朋友有吗？352。好，我们请壮壮看一下，可能我中文不是很好。
哎，真的很难看，是燕明吗？燕明啊，手机末4码，好不好？
好，末4码。
6352，6352。 6352。
6352。
对，那接下来第2位，这个就看得出来了。
这个好，第2位球迷朋友叫严佑兴，严佑兴，然后末3码846。好，我们请2位球迷朋友，等一下在比赛结束后呢，到我们的计票服务区兑换我们的奖项。好，非常感谢大家。
好，谢谢，也非常感谢丹尼。那我们球赛继续，一起为我们梦想家一起加油！
好。
各位球迷朋友们，大家好，我是佛摩萨 6的87号小鸡。今天呢是我们的梦想家还有 UP 的主场，我今天要带大家来我们的梦想商城看看我们这次的新品 ，Let's go！ 噔噔噔噔噔噔噔噔噔，欢迎进入我们的梦想商城。我们这次的新品有这一件呢球衣，还有这件球裤，就是我身上这件是专门出给我们女孩的哦。欢迎各位女孩球迷们跟我们一起穿好看的球衣。当然还有这件男生的球裤，那就可以穿情侣裤喽。好，前往下一件。噔噔，这件球衣呢是我们这次配合我们的球场主题复古水洗 T 恤。以后我们这次有新出的纽带哟，就是这款，上面有我们球员号码球衣，还有球裤，还有绿色的篮球，还有我们梦想家的 logo。来这里，好，告诉大家一件秘密，就是我们下次的主场活动就会出我们Formosa 6的通关扭蛋，期待吧，各位，你们最爱的扭蛋环节，各位一起扭爆，扭爆，扭爆，扭爆！扭蛋里面呢有很多我们梦想家的周边商品，还有我们的球员拍立得，还有我们的Formosa 6的拍立得。你们最想要扭到谁呢？我当然就是想扭到我们队长晴子的啦。
Welcome back to the broadcast. It's the Pauian Pilots against the Formosa Taishin Dreamers. And the Dreamers were and have been handing out special stickers in support of Turkey, where Ilkan Kalaman is from, born out of Istanbul, Turkey, referring to the 7.8 magnitude earthquake on February 2nd at 4:17 a.m. near Gaziantep, Turkey, affecting more than almost millions and millions of people in that area, as the Dreamers have a first possession turnover by starting point guard Hayden. The crazy stats about this earthquake is 2,000 small to large aftershocks, and so certainly hoping the best for everyone out there. The Dreamers doing even more than that, even pitching in with a financial donation commitment based on the score of the game. 2 imports in for the Pilots as they dribble out the clock. Turnover for both teams to start. One thing that Caminos is pretty committed to is giving ample rest to either his locals or his imports when it calls for it. Hayden kicks it out to Ryan. Back to Hayden. The shot goes up. And Gilbeck skies high for the board. Missing on the fadeaway though. We have no points yet. Heading into our second minute of play. Do people talk about it like this, or is that more of a hockey thing? Ayao with Jeff Wu guarding. Takes the shot, now goes to the basket as they kick it around. Wu Junshan will try and overshoots his 3. A strong group, but not a common lineup for the Pilots. Started for the Dreamers, that's another clank shot. "17 points is not the biggest deficit in Season 3 as Su Jingyao rolls in the first points of the second half. The biggest deficit was 30 points. The biggest deficit overcome in any game this season, and in Plus League history, in fact, is 26 points. Man trying to be physical. He finally catches it. Hammer play to Guan Liang. Dribble and a shot. It's knocked down. While Sunny running down the court wants them to take another look at the distance as Ayao tries from way downtown, but it's short. Here come the Dreamers. Fouling transition. Guan Liang has not been as confident as he was shooting the 3 ball. Maybe he just needed a different look as Gilbeck, nice move, and he's fouled. Looks like number 13 once again, and suddenly the Pilots' fouls are piling up. But we talked about how that could be a good and sound strategy for the Pilots. It's helped propel them to a near first place spot in the standings. But when you're down big, sending opponents to the free throw line is not ideal, although Gilbeck misses his second free throw of the night. Getting a word from Jeff Wu before this next one. Perhaps a defensive adjustment they want to make. Interesting stats that I looked up at halftime as he splits this trip. Pilots 35 points in the first half, ties a third season low. Game 50 at the Braves as Sonny getting some room. Gets his own board back as Gilbeck was up for the challenge. The swing it over, airs from deep, splashes it down. And popping and shooting. Fight for the rebound, won by Ayers. working on the right side. There's the pass, and an easy 2 points. As now the Dreamers call a timeout. Not so happy with their defense they've been playing. With 8:50 on the third quarter clock, it's our first break of the second half. You're watching Plus League Basketball. Thank you for tuning into the English broadcast. We'll be back after a break.
现场呢，看向我们大荧幕 ，Camera Time 被拍到的朋友，跟着女孩们一起 Party 啊！来跟钱钱一起比一样的动作，来跟钱钱比一样的动作，耶，就是这样。来，下一位准备票，来2位的女孩一起，对着镜头来比个爱心，来换你喽！来跟钱钱一起摆动你的身体，哇，不要害羞，跟着钱钱一起做动作。
PLG Tuesday Night Basketball will head to Taipei Heping Gymnasium for the first time this season. Don't miss the rematch of last year's final team in the Hsinchu Jiekou Lioneers against the Taipei Fuwan Braves. We have a game on a Sunday, so it's one of those home game, day off home game situations. Well, I got started, but now I have to continue on with that point about near record scoring or low scoring. The Dreamers' defensive low holding opponents was 41 previously to the Steelers. In the Dreamers' home opener and season opener this season on November 12th, and the Pilots allowed 52 points in the first half. Their high was 53 in their opener on the road against the Kings. Slip pass, but the Pilots jump on it. Chance to run as Gilbeck comes in and commits the foul, or the Dreamer fouls Justin going to the basket. Well, everyone wants to play fast as given the look from the baseline cameraman who might have had a little bit of a scare, but those guys are veterans. They know what they're doing. They have all the courage. The run continues for the Dreamers, or excuse me, for the Pilots in this third quarter. Couple made free throws for Lu Junxiang, one of their important pieces on offense. In fact, the important piece. He's the only Plus League player to win consecutive month MVPs, Porsche MVPs in the Plus League. Holloman trying to get the ball back again. But Ayers defending. Out to Hayden, he lets it go. The point guard's three-point shooting is still to be desired as Sonny euros his way to the basket, but contact underneath the basket. It's going to be numbers for the Dreamers. Ayao commits the foul down low, trying to recover for Sonny. A knock to the money maker there. And that, by that I mean face, as Kamen kind of fell on him a little bit with the shoulder. Certainly can't feel good. Be a baseline out of bounds. Referees check the floor for any drops of sweat. Haji's back in and he'll inbound. Ryan flirting dangerously with the sideline, gets it out. Jeff Wu lost his footing though. Another Dreamers turnover in this third quarter. teammate. It's Ethan squeezing his way. 4 seconds left. It's Sunny with a fancy step back. Chance for the Dreamers to run. Achi speeding ahead. Kalaman from the corner 3. Another miss. All the way down the floor. Pilots trying to cut into this Dreamers lead. Double screen Ayao. Back to Sunny. Out to Ayers. To Ayao. He fires away. Yes! Finally, the patience pays off for the Pilots there. Kind of get a sense that the crowd in here is getting a little bit antsy. They double Aji, and the pass intercepted. A little 2-on-2. Justin fouled on his way to the cup. They'll have to earn it from the line, but the continued strong play by the Pilots as they're trying to get an unsportsmanlike foul on the layup. Get another look at Justin jumping the pass now. And Aji certainly had a little bit of self-preservation in that. Another miss by Lu Junxiang at the line. As strong as a shooter as he has reputationally, sometimes free throws kind of get in his own way. Makes the adjustment there, and now the lead is down to 7. They jump on top of it, and another turnover. Sunny right through the heart of the Dreamers defense as they slow it up. Slip of the pass. There's a reverse lay. Bonus free throw coming up. Assist to Ethan. I didn't even realize he had an angle there for the pass, with Gilbeck playing it almost perfectly, but not perfect enough. That makes it 3 team fouls on the Dreamers, as of course you can trust Sunny with a strong hand and throw in a soft finish too. He's got 10 points on his night, along with 5 rebounds. Trying something else out. It doesn't work this time for the cheerleaders. Chen, fresh in the game, lets it go, and ricochet of the rebound. Good hands by Ethan. It's a 16-4 start of the quarter. But Justin loses the handle on it. Bad handoff connection as Jeff Wu hangs in the air, and Ayers comes in for the save. Stay with the Dreamers, but a little bit of a missed opportunity though. Lu Junxiang did a good job stopping the initial attack, and Ayers with a good hustle jumps in to help. Chen lost the handle on it, and it's a run-on opportunity. Jeff Wu careful with that foul. You can give him credit for having great hands there to just have a common foul from behind. Of course, that's where the defense can be in very dangerous situations. You see Sujiao got the initial tip, and that was actually, you could say, kind of perfectly played in a sense, though. You see the hands on the abdomen. 4 fouls and now 6 turnovers there you see on the top line. No looking pass, it's just gonna go out of bounds, so add one to the Pilot side of things as Ethan was a little bit too aggressive there. Getting a screen from Sunny, then that drop coverage that everybody plays would leave a big open, but gotta hit your targets. All hands in there to guard Achi, so he has size on him. Gilbeck slips, Tobleton comes, the three goes up, and another miss. So far on the third quarter, the Dreamers only 1 for 6 shooting the ball from three. Under 5 minutes in the quarter. Sunny to Ayers, he'll try from middle. Yes, here comes the archer. The deficit is just 1 point as Ayers has made it double-digit scoring. They're on the bottom. They blitz and switch. Jeff Ayers loses his man, and a bad miss by Jeff Wu. Now you want us to have a strong defense of the home court, but laying bricks is not the way to do it. Sunny on the kick. He misses too long, and long rebound. Pauian, there's the advantage he can provide. As Justin with the rainbow from the free throw line. It's the Pilots up by 1. Got 11 points on just 3 of 10 shooting when it counts. Well, not a turnover, but another rebound for the Pilots. As on the quarter, the Dreamers have 2 offensive boards and only 4 defensive boards. Ayo try to add on to it. That one bounces out. 1 for 12 shooting by the Dreamers. Nice slip pass as hard crash will leave Sunny on the floor again, and of course Gilbeck had a knock to the wrong spot on his lower legs. Get another look at Gilbeck slipping and stepped on the foot as there you see that left elbow catching Sunny. Want to play basketball. Sunny's going to stay in the game as Gilbeck will head to the bench though. Sunny's Nakakini. I guess we could say this about import players sometimes too. If you're not the right height, sometimes you catch wrists and elbows in the wrong spot. He's listed at 203 centimeters, which would be rather on the shorter side for import bigs. He's listed at forward on the Plus League website as information provided by the individual teams. Dillway will take Gilbeck's spot at the center position. Third quarters have been a big test for a lot of the teams in the Plus League. The Lioneers, of course, as Coach Greg indicates, might not be able to follow the game plan along. The Dreamers sometimes see their shooting take a quite dramatic dive. Backdoor to Justin, nobody home, and another score as they make it a 3-point lead. Achi runs into a defender, but they call a foul on Pauian. A little bit late with the slide. Certainly an exciting play, but there you see no defense on the very back as Pong Pong kind of slid down just at the right time to catch Derek's eye. Out of the baseline is a deep inbound to Dillway. Third year with the Dreamers. He slips it backdoor, but drop pass. So Coleman going to his left side and just bounced out of bounds. That's one thing about his scouting report. He is very left-handed. Max watching him going left is almost all you need to worry about. Their dominating pointer, watching from the Dreamers bench. He and Gilbeck were the import duo in their game against the Steelers. Justin going to the basket. Chen got the speed mismatch, but they're looking for Coleman, who loses the handle. And they'll say Pilots basketball. Some of the Dreamers front office looking on as there was fair physical play down low for the positioning, but that's why you catch the basketball with two hands. The Pilots overcoming a 17 first half deficit. Have to lead with 2 minutes to go as Wu Jingxiang trying to squeeze between two Dreamers and getting the foul out of them. This time Doe with the attacker going right in his face, but you see that left hand caught in the cookie jar. More free throws coming up. Wu Jingxiang now building up to 8 points on his night. Long stint on the bench for Gilbeck, who has only the 2 personal fouls. Go with 16 points and 14 rebounds. Well, the strategy is pretty clear. They're saving him for the 4th quarter. Doe will pull from 3. And fresh in the game, Taoyuan is on the stat sheet with a rebound. Allhan working with Ayers. Now Pompo, nice slip back door. Pass not on target, so it's Ayers to Pompo. He'll try from 3, knocks it down. And now it's an 8-point Pilots lead. Aji with a seam of room. Not great space, but Lu Guanyang tries. Scored by Coleman. Running into the defense as Doe cuts just at the perfect time. Finally stopping the Pilots' run just a little bit. Taoyuan and Pompoin play hot potato. Ethan will aim up the 3. So a score and a stop. Everything's big now with Aji. Doe, Lu Guanyang. Back to Doe from the elbow extended and another miss. We have a few players who've been over on the game, and includes number 26. Ethan, jump cut to Pompo from deep, and he misses everything. Running low on time, Coleman going to try to find a teammate. Two Ulam former teammates working together. He puts a shot up, rolls it through. That'll end the 3rd quarter. The Dreamers make a little bit of a run at the end, but they find themselves down by 4 heading into the 4th and final frame of this one. On a Friday night, it's the Pilots in town against the Dreamers. We'll be back after this.
好 ，dancing 可以来看向直子，跟着直子做一样的动作。这位美女，耶，谢谢，非常好。好，跟着直子一起，下一位。好的，美女，不要再看手机了，就是你了。来，跟着直子一起互动一下，比出爱心，耶。简单的来，一起跟着直子，跟直子做一样的动作，耶，就是这样。好，我们知道你喜欢多层。好的，谢谢这位小美票。来，这位妈妈跟妹妹一起，对，跟着芝芝姐姐一起做一样的动作喽，一起加油！来，美女看向大荧幕喽，一起敬个礼。好，谢谢芝芝，谢谢所有的小美票，要来进到关键的第4节了。如果刚刚你都还没有出声，或是拍打折扇的，我们需要一起来帮球队们加油。关键的时间，关键的声音，拜拜最佳第6人。
The biggest single quarter spread in the season 3 of the Plus League is 21 points, which the Pilots able to match in the 3rd quarter there, playing very strong defense. An important piece of the 4th quarter, of course, is your scoring heroes. Justin Lu Junxiang, shooting from the outside, has made a nice W shape for our graphics department. That outside shooting going up and down is kind of represents a little bit the ceiling of how strong the Pilots can play when it comes to closing out games. Famously in that first matchup against the Braves, he had no points heading into the 4th quarter, and then turned it on after hitting a couple free throws. Sonny backdoor, couldn't get it around Gilbeck. As now they call a goaltend, and in the funniest situation, now that it's called, the Dreamers could issue the challenge. And that is how it works. Really hard to make calls and adjudicate the play when there's no whistles, and then you have the issue of backtracking. But when you make the call, they can go right to the monitor. With another look, it's certainly close. This time it looks like Gilbeck got there right in time. Of course, Sonny put up a second shot. I mean, if you count whose hand got to the backboard first, that would be Sonny, but that's not what we're counting here. This time it looks clean, so presumably the rebound will stay with the Pilots, and indeed is. That time a good defensive effort by the Dreamers. Get another look at what originally was a wide open Sonny. The incredible closing speed of Gilbeck. Only consolation for the Pilots is they have possession. Ayao going to the basket, but meeting the wall of Dreamers. So Sonny, this time on the run, puts it through. As the scoring getting started in the 4th quarter as Lu Guanliang tries from deep. Screened by Gilbeck, but Pong Pong got his hands on it. Run out opportunity for the Pilots as we have a collision down there. Chen showing off the hops, but fouling Ayao. One thing that Pilots have done pretty well is get ahead of the defense and look out below. Chen, of course, smartly avoiding the hold on the fall and the collision, which we've seen in the Plus League before. Called for an unsportsmanlike. Certainly an awkward situation, but by the rule books, hands to the head and neck area and holding yourself up is what constitutes as part of unsportsmanlike. I didn't realize they let out some of the office workers nearby. Although that would also beg the question, who works in office places in this part of Taichung? We're kind of far away from everything. Aiyao's got 19 points on his night, guarding Lu Guanliang, also at number 28. Chen and swirls it in, closing the lead back down to 4. Now getting into it on defense. As Ethan, Sunny to Aiyao. Dreamers rotate around. Hawk winding down as Sunny Sakakini with the miss. Fight for the rebound. We're going to say won by the Pilots, though, of course, Chen on the floor. Trying to get rewarded for kind of getting manhandled down there. Another look at the misdirection there. Nice assist by Aji. That's why shooting is so important in modern basketball, especially off the corners, because that's where the help comes from. Fresh 14. Aiyao on the handoff now, spinning. They'll get the foul out of it. No, it's an offensive foul, they say. A little bit of extra elbow work in there. You know, left with a confused look, but then encouragement. And you see that right hand doing a little bit too much. (67-63) as Aji excites the crowd a little bit. It's almost fresh in the game. Gilbeck trying to put the moves on. The fadeaway from the other side, getting a 3 bouncing in. Their deficit is now 2 as Gilbeck, solid game at 18 and 15, shooting efficiently. Hongkong looking for an opening. Now gets it back with the right hand, floats it in. Not very conventional offense, but needed points for the Pilots. Almost jumped that, but now Gilbeck probably could have took one more dribble. So Chen launches it, and another! Dreamers shooting much better from the floor in this 4th quarter. Hold to Sunny. He puts it up. Wow. All right, now toughing it out there. Pilots are switching on the perimeter. There's a slip by Gilbeck, stopped by Sunny. Being in reverse off the side of the backboard, but the Pilots choosing to go a little slower. Sunny backdoor to Ethan to cover it up. So Pong Pong tries from 3 and another brick. His outside shooting is just not there tonight. So Aji will try to teach him how it's done. Again, the Pilots slowing things down as Gilbeck is got a new knee brace on, it seems. He commits the foul, limping off to the sidelines as Pilots trying to get a little bit more serious or consequential of a foul, but he'll just retreat off to the bench. Of course, as we come to know, taping up his knees pretty much every game, but now with that pretty heavy-duty LP wrap now, he also has 4 blocks on his night. But that grimace is not really a good sign. Hopefully he can continue on healthily in the season. Pauian will get the 3 opportunity as Kalaman forcing the out of bounds on Wu Xiang. Jeff Wu taking it over the timeline. Out to Ryan. He knocks down another 3, and another poor corner defensive assignment by the Pilots. Tied at 71. It's a nice feed. They say out of bounds. Not a clean catch there. Pong Pong got some of the most creative passing, but you see what the Pilots are kind of arguing for, the hold. Under 7.5, it's Jeff Wu taking up the dribble. Kalaman going to the left hand, another miss. Pilots start things on the left side. Justin to Sunny. Back to Justin from the corner. Raises the rim, and it's Achi who will lead the charge. Looking for some help. Kalaman has got Sunny in front of him. 8 seconds to go. He goes left, of course. Dillway planks it. A close 4th quarter, 11-7 to the Dreamers side. That's how we're tied at 71. Ethan slipped to Sunny, but slippery hands. They're lucky to hang on to it. Now a timeout by the Pilots as they want to talk it over. And certainly getting a little bit of a feeling that their fatigue levels are starting to become a little bit of an issue. But they'll have this break, and you'll have a break before the rest of the action after this.
也谢谢女孩们。好了，各位喜欢梦想家、在意梦想家的球迷朋友，让我们听到你加油呐喊的声音了。梦想家，梦想家，梦。
Coming out of the timeout for the Dreamers. Looks like it's going to be Ryan, Jeff Wu, Hayden, Kalaman, and Dowei. And for the Pilots, it's going to be the same 5 that were on the floor. Sunny, Justin, Pong Pong, Ethan, and Huang Han. Long inbounds play as Sunny up close gets the bonus, and one coming up as Dowei caught a little bit out of position. They'd love to run that long curl play Just the right guy at the right time, swirling in there. Taoyuan can not even offer it up enough of a foul to force the miss. So it's Sunny taking over the game a little bit. And 19 though with a missed free throw. Taoyuan spinning and twisting, but rattles out the close one. The Dreamers have pressed up their defense a little bit further from the basket. Not a shooting threat tonight. As Justin, the Pong getting close by, floats it high, and Coleman flies in there for the board and safely delivers it to a handler. Taoyuan creates an opening, and Coleman finally with the first bucket of his game gives the Dreamers a lead. Ethan getting to the basket as they call a foul. A few Dreamers in the vicinity. The Pilots will be in the bonus for the rest of the game. Coleman put it on target and hitting it through. Definitely didn't want to have the unflattering record of most field goals in a game. Missed field goals in the game, that is, with no scores. A little bit too antsy there. We got one more free throw, but Ethan with a miss. That means the Pilots now only 10 for 16 at the line. Aiden will bring it up court. A lot of underneath coverage. Jeff trying to put the moves on, but he needs to get it back. Taoyuan will take the contact and swirl it in. Jeff Ayers, fresh in the game, commits the foul. And now the momentum on the Dreamers side. And a look at that left hand going in there is what the refs called it on. And Coleman right there, skies high for the board. As Pong missed out on a block out assignment. Well, sometimes bucket comes in bunches. Backdoor pushed out of bounds by Ryan. 13 seconds on the offensive shot clock. Presumably it's also a defensive shot clock. Never thought about it that way. Ethan to Ayo, attacking out to Ayers. He'll put it up. Feeling the rhythm. Dreamers push it ahead. Taoyuan alley-oop, but Colin misses the close one. And here come the Pilots. I think he's getting a lot of rhythm, but giving the Pilots a little bit of a break. Ryan baits into a missed pass, and now they have numbers. Hayden on the former teammates scores the layup, and another timeout for the Pilots. They find themselves all out of sorts on both ends of the floor. Now the entire Dreamers bench coming out to meet their teammates. Strong bit of form as now they've turned this fourth quarter onside its head. It started with the three-pointer by number 35. And Dewey had the and one as Sunny went out and Ayers went in, and Pom Pom getting lazy with the block out. The other side, a little bit of luck as Hayden put up the early layup. And Guan Liang has, shall we say, experienced. And as much as that is taken out of his legs, he still baited that initial turnover and gave it to the right man on offense. On the quarter, 8 for 15 shooting for the Dreamers. For the Pilots, they are also 0 for 5 shooting the three-pointer by 5 individuals. Under 4 minutes to play. Looking for Ayers. Little curl play for Justin. So close. Gonna put a lot of pressure on Hayden, the ball handler. Needs a screen to get over the timeline. Now gets it back. And the clock run down with a layup. Easy stuff by Ayers. Doesn't seem like the most efficient offensive play for the Dreamers. With 6 seconds left. Jeff attacking off the dribble. Over Coleman, getting Pom Pom in the air, and Ayers now flipping it up, and a close miss. But again, that finishing is not there. They'll have to do it defensively. The Dreamers up by 6. Justin going to the basket, having that one blocked out of bounds. Could have gave it to either of those Dreamers there on the back line. Trying to look back door, but now to Ayers up top. Pom Pom getting the small screen assist and completely misses the basket. But we haven't seen Ling Sun pretty much since the first quarter. And now Lu Guanyang screening for Coleman. As Pom Pom puts his hands in there and fouls. He was completely gassed out there. And quite frankly, a negative for the Pilots. See, that first one they let go, but then the second one on the elbow, they couldn't. Sinks the first one and increasing it to a 7-point Dreamers lead. Only 2 for 16 from the floor. But with the Dreamers up on top, he is the defense, as now we have a little bit of a jawing between the two imports out there. Ayao giving room, lets it go. In and out, and some physicality down there, but just out of bounds for the Pilots as they try to get the floor dried up. That was Ayao. A little bit of extended mop-up job to get Jay Chen in there. Fresh legs for Lu Guanyang. messaging out from close. Got his own board back, but the dodgeball won by the pilots there. Again, everything's got to be earned. We're approaching 2 minutes left in the game, and the Dreamers' strong run has really put the pilots in a hole that they've not found themselves very often. Phone call. They almost had that air and pass, but they say a little bit too much physicality, and tough thing to take for the Dreamers is this will result in free throws. Get another look. Maybe he pushed him while he was in the air, and that is a good catch by the referee on the baseline. So trying to end a Dreamers run. Jeffrey Curtis Ayers, a free agent signing just like his other two import teammates. Swishes the first one. And the second. The deficit is 5. Jeff Wu catching it on the Taishin logo. Putting the move on, looking for Dewey. Pass batted away. Backdoor, Lu Jixiang scores the layup. And just like that, the Dreamers calling for a timeout. A turnover and a run out is all it takes. So we're still a one possession game. As a look at the initial defense, Jeff Ayers got his left hand on it, and Ethan almost got to wonder if he was a little bit too slow with it, but in fact, it was a perfectly timed pass out of the reach of Chen. And Wu Jixiang, despite blowing a few layups in the important moments of the game against the Braves, maybe from the right side with the right hand is still a much better bet. Number 69 for the Pilots has 17 points, 6 of those coming out the free throw line. And one thing that has been a key for the Pilots is in their last 5 games, they've ended a stretch playing only against the Braves and Lioneers. The 2 losses to the Braves, the big takeaway, 3 for 34 shooting the 3, and then 6 for 37 shooting the 3. Only held to 74 points and then 78 points, respectively, against the Braves. And in this game, well, 9 for 34 for the Dreamers. If you don't allow any more, that's kind of your ticket. They've been buoyed in this 4th quarter with 5 players scoring the basketball, all with field goals. The only free throws, Coleman 1 for 2. Daji and Coleman with the high pick and roll. Ayao getting in front of it, and they call it off Jeff Wu. Not putting up any argument as the Dreamers head back on defense. And they quickly get a substitution. You get another look at the slow-mo. Ayao then indeed off Jeff Wu. Get a little bit of a clock situation. Get a little bit of assistance from our TV people. They say 1 minute 30 seconds, please. A little offense and defense with Aji. Justin pops free. They say the tap was clean. Jeff Wu will get the credit for the good defense. Pilots do have one foul to give, though. Ethan is playing good defense. Hamann driving to the basket, had that one affected as Dillway underneath the hoop, puts it back in. Ethan cuts up the floor, now reverses. Gets the pass off to Pong, needing it. But a long rebound, or right back to the Pilots. Can't really afford to go slow, so it's Justin from the corner, bang! 43 seconds left. It's still a 2-point game. Previously 1 for 7, but all that matters is the next one. Hayden looking for options, now going left, stopping. 9 seconds on the shot clock. There's Jeff Wu, shot goes up, and another one! Jeff Wu with a redemption game of his Plus League career, putting the team up by 5. It's not a full house, but Jeff Wu letting everyone know he's an important piece for these Dreamers, and moving so far laterally left, creating so much open space, and that left-right footwork has worked for him a few times, and right now he's the emotional leader of these Dreamers. So far in this season series, only the road team has been able to notch victories. It's Dreamers, then Pilots, Pilots. The Pilots offense in this season series typically more and more offensively efficient. And the Dreamers about the same efficiency, but their pace is slowed down. Well, in this game, they started off strong. That second quarter was even better. The Pilots fought back in the third quarter. In fact, had a lead in the fourth. But right now it is 26-17, and really the big board, 86-81 with 23 seconds left is all that matters. Now the crowd on their feet. Want to see the home team win. Ayel pops and shoots from the corner, dances off rim. An important battle for the rebound, won by Zoltan. They got a foul now. They don't close in the space. And Hayden will run it up court, 11 seconds left. That's pretty much it. Jeff Wu pops a shot. No good, and 5 seconds left. The Pilots won't even try. It'll be game over. And a huge victory for the Dreamers. Reeling a little bit, and of course with their opponent from tomorrow, with a new bout of energy on their side, they want to climb to a playoff spot themselves. They turn away the Pilots, like we mentioned before, overcoming a 17-point halftime deficit. But in the fourth quarter, they strung together enough stops, mainly on the defensive end. That's really the key for them. As the Pilots, only 6 for 22 shooting the ball from the fourth quarter, keeping their turnovers within reason of just 3. But on the Dreamers side, they get a game over from number 14, Jeff Wu. That three-pointer, certainly not a buzzer beater, not even close, but a huge boost to his team. He does not go to the free throw line one single time, but 17 points tying his season high. And in fact, only 1 point behind Gilbeck for the team lead on the game. And we indeed have one Jeff Wu. Now asked about the game winner.
当然很开心嘛，因为毕竟我们球队最近的状况不是那么理想。然后今天能在主场拿下这场胜利，对我们球队是一个很大的鼓舞，跟让我们的士气可以因为这场比赛而慢慢起来。因为赛季已经打一半了，然后今天是第21场，然后这可能是我们一个球队的转捩点。这样。
Jeff Wu sharing that it's a big win for the team at home, and halfway through the season, they want to start their surge. And ask about the difference.
我觉得应该是心态吧，因为前面几场因为太想要专注于在不管是在进攻防守上面都太给自己太大的压力，然后因为这场回到主场，然后像我刚才所说的，这是第21场比赛嘛，然后赛季已经打一半了，然后我们要为了这场比赛努力拿下胜利，然后开心今天能赢球这样。
Jeff Wu was sharing that it's kind of a change of his mental state of mind, and really the team getting refocused for what is essentially the second half of play. He was happy for the big win.
我觉得是我们大家的防守吧，因为这场比赛领航只拿了81分，然后上季是因为我们的防守带动我们的进攻，然后这场比赛有让我们看到上季我们打这么好的影子这样子，然后我觉得最重要就是我们5个人。 不管是板凳或是场上的人，都是一条心，然后就努力做好防守，而转换快攻，然后能拿下这场比赛。
Defense being the key, holding the Pilots only to 81, and that's how they want to win, and that's how they get everybody on the same page.
不知道，明天希望他来洲际迷你蛋能够打一场好球，然后我们拿下胜利，这样吧。
And then Jeff Wu sharing that after playing Jeremy Lin and the Steelers last time, they just want to have a good game here at the home of the Dreamers this time. And he, in fact, getting a kiss from Yang Se-yin there. With everyone getting in on the water bottle celebrations. They do have a really just job halfway done, taking the first of 2 home games. This year, Plus League home teams have been buoyed to a good winning percentage thanks to mainly the Pilots and Kings, but who else wants to step up tonight? It was Jeff Wu. One more break before wrapping things up from Taichung. Dreamers emerged victorious against the Pilots, as we need to look at the celebration. And their man of leading the charge is Yang Seyan with a kiss to the Adam's apple. I didn't realize that's what the kids were doing these days. Well, we'll see if Jeff Wu and company can recover for their matchup against the Steelers tomorrow night right here in Taichung Intercontinental Basketball Stadium, also at 7 p.m. Looking through some of the important stats of the game, the last time the Dreamers defeated the Pilots here, they held them to just 77 points. Well, tonight, 81 points will get the job done. And again, the rebounding advantage was big for the Dreamers, as they didn't allow a lot of second chance points to the Pilots, who did eventually bring up their assist numbers a little bit and kept their turnovers in control. But like Coach Marchand says, you want to bank wins early in the season and make them work for you for the late part of the season when maybe things get a little tougher. Well, in this game, it's the Dreamers who banked a big lead in the first half, and despite going down 29-8 in the third quarter alone, they really strategized and figured out a good rotation for the fourth quarter. Of course, Gilbeck going down with that tweak. We don't hopefully learn more about that, and hopefully he'll be all right. But Kallman had the energy and the two important buckets in the end, the three-pointer and then the putback basket, and kind of capping off the Pilots, who, despite playing really hard, certainly from an execution standpoint, didn't have their best out there. We mentioned the turnovers in the first quarter, and then some of the loose balls they were not getting to. And in the end, there's poor shooting performance by some of the guys they've used to count it on, including one, Peng Peng Chen Guanquan. I don't think the cheerleaders get any extra for their camera work on the game, but it's our chance to show off the graphic for tomorrow night's matchup. It's Captain Liu Zhenlu, Jeremy Lin, Achi, and Gilbeck on the poster in a little late night party theme that the league has put together by our very own Hank Lee on the Plus League design side, kind of matching the Dreamers Party Up theme that they have going here. Well, the top scorer of the game was Wu Junshan with 20, but not enough to lead the Pilots as the Dreamers take the win. I've been Ryan Chen. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.